Cruise lines are denying boarding for packing mistakes most cruisers never realize. And in 2026, they're doing it without warning. Imagine your cruise sailing away without you, your luggage on board, your cabin paid for, while a terminal agent looks at you and says, "You're not allowed to board." In 2026, the gangway isn't just a bridge, it's a security checkpoint. And once boarding closes, that decision is almost always final. There's no arguing at the counter, no last-minute fixes, and in most cases, no refund. I've spent 20 years on the bridge, and I've watched countless passengers lose their entire cruise in minutes. Not because they were late or careless, but because of one item they didn't know mattered or one document they assumed was fine. Cruise lines don't warn you anymore. The system flags you, boarding stops, and the ship leaves without you. In this video, I'm revealing the 12 packing mistakes silently denying boarding in 2026. Miss even one, and this can be you. Number 1. European Travel Information and Authorization System. This is the denial you never see coming, because it isn't physical, it's digital. As Europe rolls out travel information and authorization system enforcement in 2026, cruise lines are now required to verify your travel authorization before boarding. Your passport alone is no longer enough. I've seen families arrive at Mediterranean terminals confident and excited, only to freeze when the system shows no authorization found. They frantically pull out phones, trying to apply on the spot, only to learn processing can take days. Cruise lines are now acting as border agents. If your authorization status isn't approved, they are legally prohibited from letting you board. It doesn't matter if the ship won't reach Europe for several days. The clearance must happen before sailing. Most people miss this because they assume cruises operate under different rules than flights. In 2026, they don't. Apply weeks in advance, verify approval, and carry digital and printed confirmation to the terminal. Number 2. Pregnancy cutoff thresholds. This is one of the most heartbreaking denials, and one of the most strictly enforced. In 2026, most major cruise lines prohibit sailing if a passenger enters their 24th week of pregnancy at any point during the voyage. The reason is simple. Cruise ships are not equipped with neonatal intensive care units. At the terminal, if a guest appears close to the limit, agents are required to request medical documentation. Without a doctor's letter stating gestational age and due date, boarding stops immediately. Many couples miscalculate dates or assume rules are flexible. They aren't. The cruise line will not accept the risk of a medical emergency at sea, regardless of how long you've planned the trip. I've seen baby moons end in tears before the gangway even opens. Confirm dates carefully and carry a signed physician's letter with exact gestational details. Number 3. The decoy packing and hazmat protocol. This is a behavior-based denial that triggers a security threat level most passengers don't think is possible. In 2026, the old tricks for sneaking items on board are actually the fastest way to get banned for life. Many cruisers use decoy containers, like putting alcohol into mouthwash bottles or hiding prohibited items inside hollowed-out books or fake sunscreen tubes. Terminal scanners use AI-assisted liquid density analysis. When the scanner sees a Listerine bottle, but the liquid inside has the chemical density of 80 proof vodka, it triggers an unidentified substance alert. Security doesn't just see sneaked alcohol. They see a passenger intentionally trying to bypass a security checkpoint with an unverified chemical. This moves you from a guest to a security risk. I've seen passengers denied boarding not because they had a bottle of rum, but because their deception triggered a full hazmat and security protocol that the cruise line refused to overlook. Never use decoy packaging. If an item is prohibited, don't bring it. If it's allowed, keep it in its original, manufacturer-sealed container to ensure the density sensors match the label. Number 4. The smart bag and integrated battery trap. Modern suitcases with built-in GPS trackers, USB charging ports, and motorized wheels are powered by high-capacity lithium-ion batteries. In 2026, maritime safety laws have tightened. If that battery is integrated, meaning it cannot be removed from the outside of the bag is legally prohibited from entering the ship's cargo hold. I've watched passengers stand in disbelief as their $600 smart suitcase is denied at the curb because the battery was screwed into the frame. If you cannot remove the power source to carry it into the cabin with you, security will not allow the bag on the ship. And if all your clothes and essentials are inside that bag, your cruise ends right there on the sidewalk. Before you buy or pack a smart bag, verify that the battery is removable without tools. If you have to use a screwdriver to get the battery out, leave the bag at home. Number 5. Missing minor consent forms. Few denials are more emotional than this one, because it separates families at the curb. If you're traveling with a child and one parent is not present, international maritime law often requires a notarized consent form. Even married couples are affected, even grandparents, even close relatives. Here's the nightmare scenario. Dad arrives at the terminal with the kids. Mom stayed home for work. The agent asks for written consent. There isn't any. Birth certificates don't fix it. Marriage certificates don't fix it. Without that notarized document, the child cannot legally leave the country. Terminal agents don't debate this. They are bound by international child protection laws designed to prevent abduction. If names don't match or consent isn't documented properly, boarding is denied immediately. I've watched families beg at the counter while the ship sails without them. Carry a notarized consent letter using your cruise line's specific wording, and keep it in your hand luggage. Number 6. Unlabeled prescription medications. This denial starts quietly and ends with missed sail away. In 2026, terminal security is highly alert to unidentified medications. Loose pills, plastic bags, or weekly organizers raise immediate red flags during secondary screening. Security teams aren't pharmacists. If they can't verify a medication through original pharmacy labeling, they treat it as a potential controlled substance. That triggers questioning, delays, and sometimes law enforcement involvement. While investigations unfold, the ship continues boarding and eventually departs. Passengers are stunned when something meant for convenience turns into a denial. Always carry prescription medications in original pharmacy containers with your name clearly visible. Number 7. The home-cooked agricultural hazard. This is a heartbreaking mistake that often catches the most well-intentioned travelers, parents and grandparents. In 2026, international agricultural biosecurity is at an all-time high to prevent the spread of invasive species and avian flu. Many cruisers pack comfort foods for the terminal or the first day, such as home-baked cookies, sandwiches for the kids, or even loose fruit from their kitchen. At the terminal, these are not just snacks. They are classified as unverified agricultural imports. Because these items aren't in original, manufacturer-sealed packaging, they cannot be screened for pests or pathogens. I've seen K9 flag a carry-on bag just for a single apple or a bag of homemade brownies. If you refuse to discard the items, or if you are found to be stockpiling unsealed food, it triggers an agricultural violation. In many ports, the cruise line will deny boarding to avoid a biological hazard fine that can exceed $10,000 for the ship. If you must pack snacks, they must be factory sealed and labeled by the manufacturer. Leave the Tupperware at home. The ship has all the food you'll ever need. Number 8. CBD, THC, and legal vapes. This mistake ends cruises faster than almost anything else. Despite legalization in many states, cruise terminals operate under federal and international maritime law. In 2026, that means zero tolerance for CBD, THC, and cannabis-derived products, including gummies, oils, and vapes. Here's how it escalates. A bag is flagged during screening. AK9 alerts. Security opens the luggage and finds legal CBD. At that moment, you are in violation of the guest conduct policy before you ever step on board. Excuses don't help. Labels don't help. It's from Amazon doesn't help. Boarding is denied, and in serious cases, local law enforcement becomes involved. Many cruisers pack these items casually, assuming rules are relaxed at sea. They aren't. Do not pack CBD or THC products in any form, even if they're legal where you live. Number 9. Name mismatch and bridging documents. This denial often hits on what should be the happiest day of a cruise, embarkation. If the name on your booking doesn't exactly match the name on your passport, cruise lines require official bridging documents. That usually means a certified marriage certificate or divorce decree. Here's where it goes wrong. Honeymooners book under a married name, but travel with a passport still in a maiden name. At check-in, the system flags two identities. Without legal documentation linking them, you are treated as an unverified passenger. Photos, explanations, and social media proof don't matter. Manifest accuracy is a legal requirement, not a suggestion. I've watched newlyweds denied boarding hours after their wedding. Match booking names exactly to passports, or carry certified legal documents that connect both names. Number 10. Missing visas and health certificates. This is known as the itinerary compliance trap, and it catches even experienced cruisers. Certain destinations require visas or proof of vaccinations, such as yellow fever certificates. If your itinerary includes a country with these requirements, you must meet them before boarding, not at the port. Here's why. Cruise lines cannot selectively deny you entry at one stop. If you're non-compliant, the ship's clearance is jeopardized. That means boarding stops at the home port. Many passengers focus on packing and forget sovereign nation rules still apply at sea. I've seen guests denied boarding because they didn't bring the original vaccination booklet. Not a photo, not a copy. Review every port's entry rules and carry original visa and health documents in your hand luggage. Number 11. The 6-month passport validity rule. This is the most common boarding denial in cruising, and the one that shocks people the most. Your passport can be valid and still be completely unacceptable. In 2026, cruise lines are legally responsible for every passenger they transport. If they carry someone whose passport doesn't meet international entry standards, the fines are massive. That's why most itineraries now require 6 full months of passport validity beyond your return date, not your departure date. Here's how it plays out. You arrive at the terminal with 5 months left on your passport. The check-in system flags it instantly. The agent doesn't argue. The computer locks your profile. There is no override button. Many cruisers assume closed-loop sailings protect them. They don't anymore. Liability now sits entirely with the cruise line, and they will not risk international penalties for one passenger. Renew early. Count months from your return date and build a buffer. If it's close, replace it. Number 12. The damaged passport trap. This one catches experienced travelers completely off guard because the passport looks fine. In 2026, document screening standards are unforgiving. Small tears, water stains, peeling covers, or markings on interior pages can render a passport unacceptable for international travel. Here's why. If a cruise line transports you to a country that later rejects your passport, the ship is fined and delayed. So terminal agents are instructed to reject any document that even might be refused at the next port. I've seen passengers denied for a coffee spill, for a dog chewed corner, for a child's pen marks on a back page. The data page was readable, but that didn't matter. If an agent doubts the document's integrity, they err on the side of denial. Always. Inspect every page before you pack. If there's visible damage, replace it. No passport is better than a questionable one. Number 13. Surge protectors and fire hazards. This denial surprises even veteran cruisers because it feels harmless. Most household surge protectors are designed for stable land-based electrical systems. Cruise ships use entirely different power configurations. The wrong device can overheat inside the walls and start a fire. That's why surge protectors are classified as high-risk items. In 2026, if security scanners detect one, especially if it appears intentionally hidden, you may be classified as a safety risk. Refusing to surrender it, or attempting to sneak it on board, escalates the situation quickly. The captain's priority is fire prevention, and they will not compromise that for convenience. The ship doesn't care that you always bring one. Only pack cruise-approved power solutions without surge protection, and never try to hide prohibited electronics. Number 14. Lithium batteries in checked luggage. Few things alarm a ship's safety team more than lithium batteries in the cargo hold. Modern cruise ships carry thousands of passengers, and a single lithium battery fire below deck is one of the most dangerous scenarios at sea. That's why, in 2026, cruise lines strictly prohibit high-capacity power banks and spare lithium batteries in checked luggage. Here's how passengers get caught. A bag goes through screening. The scanner detects a dense battery pack. That suitcase is immediately pulled aside. If the passenger can't be located quickly, or if multiple batteries exceed safety limits, the situation escalates. Security must decide whether the risk is manageable before final boarding. In serious cases, especially if the passenger appears to be bypassing safety rules, boarding can be denied entirely. Many tech-heavy travelers make this mistake without realizing the risk. Keep all power banks, camera batteries, and electronics in your carry-on, never in checked bags. Number 15. Weapons and self-defense items. This final mistake triggers the fastest escalation of all. Pepper spray, tasers, and similar self-defense items are classified as weapons in federal cruise terminals. In 2026, detection systems are highly sensitive, and discovery prompts immediate security response. Passengers often justify these items as just-in-case protection for port days. Unfortunately, intent doesn't matter. Attempting to bring a weapon into a secure terminal violates federal regulations. Once flagged, boarding stops. Bags are searched. Authorities may be contacted. In serious cases, fleet-wide bans follow. I've seen entire vacations erased in minutes over a keychain-sized item. Do not pack any self-defense devices. Rely on ship-sponsored excursions and port guidance instead. Number 16. The high-power signal interference. This final point is a technical trap that families often fall into while trying to solve the no-cell service problem at sea. In 2026, the ship's internal digital network is more sensitive than ever to outside interference. Families often pack high-powered walkie-talkies or long-range signal boosters to stay in touch on the ship. The problem is that many of these amateur radios operate on frequencies that bleed into the ship's emergency and bridge channels. During the all-aboard process, if security scanners detect a high-wattage radio that isn't FCC approved for maritime use, it's a major red flag. I once had to delay a departure because a passenger's high-powered radio was jamming our lifeboat communication test. When security traced the signal to the terminal, the passenger was denied boarding for creating a critical safety hazard. They weren't trying to be dangerous, they just wanted to talk to their kids, but you can't interfere with the captain's command frequencies. Stick to the cruise line's official app for messaging. If you must bring walkie-talkies, ensure they are low-wattage family radio service models and keep them turned off until you are in open water. Cruising in 2026 is safer, smarter, and more secure than ever, but it's also unforgiving. The smartest cruisers create a documentation go bag that never leaves their hand and recheck prohibited items 48 hours before departure. One overlooked item can erase years of anticipation. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever seen someone denied boarding or had a close call yourself? Share your story in the comments. Your experience might save another cruiser's vacation. If you want to stay ahead of 2026 cruise rules, like and subscribe. Until next time, take care and happy cruising.